Well, hello there everyone, Simon here with episode number 11 of Andor. It is the penultimate episode of not just season 2 but the entire show, and the last episode, although it was a little shorter than some of the others, it was a lovely kind of tribute to Claire and Luthen, showing us their history. Again, Luthen going out, and I think the way that he would have wanted should he have been captured. And I think most of us knew that, he wasn't going to make it out of this show alive. Claire really doing what she should have done and making sure that he couldn't be interrogated. Obviously, he tried to make sure of that himself, but the ISB were quite speedy in getting him into a medical facility. And so Claire, in her really kind of, rebellious way, had to push in, kill a few stormtroopers or, not ISB troopers, I guess they are, and, give Luthen the end that he, probably knew was coming. And, again, I think, as I say, he would have preferred that over interrogation in an ISB cell. And again, I really enjoyed their backstory. I enjoyed, just the kind of connections that are starting to be made now with Rogue One. Obviously, Lonnie, who Luthen killed at the beginning of the episode, gave the info on the superweapon and Galen Erso to Luthen and Claire. Claire's passed that on to Yavin. Yavin then goes and gets Jyn Erso because, well, they have to go and rescue her so that they can get in touch with her dad and Saw Gerrera. It makes me feel like at this point Saw Gerrera is going to have broken away from the rebellion. They're probably going to discuss details of how to rescue Jyn from Wobani, because that's where she is at this point. But yeah, Luthen is now, unfortunately dead. And what a character, and again, Stellan Skarsgård, what an actor. He has brought so much to that performance. I could watch him. He's one of my favourite actors. I could watch him all day. He is really great. He's got this really kind of, entrancing voice and this kind of entrancing demeanour that just, again, I could just watch any film that he's in. So, yeah, it was sad to see him go, but I think this is the last arc. He's had a good run. Now we get to move on, I'm assuming, to Cassian, the Rebellion, K2SO, and see where things go from there. So, episode number 11, let's jump in and watch. Here we go.
The attackers. I was told there was a team of 3.
That's the current thinking.
Based on what?
A team of 3?
Surveillance, no witnesses.
Wow.
It's all on Mira. That's all hers.
But Claire's doing the work of 3 people.
Is 0. At the moment, all I've done is shut the doors.
This is my building. I'll decide if we are in a position to admit patients or not.
Hold up.
Arrest him.
What?
This is an ISB crime scene. If you're slowing me down...
This guy was in the thick of it.
Suspects need to be questioned. That means transport and custody. I'll have no choice.
He was the original MP in the thick of it.
You've made your point.
Make sure the doors stay locked.
How the 10 tables. She is now in the cell. Who's going to interview her? Krennic! Krennic's going to interview her.
All I have been told is that Supervisor Young is dead.
Is that why I'm here? For the murder of an ISB clerk? Has my reputation slid so precipitously?
I love it.
Take a moment.
He's very much more like the Krennic we see in Rogue One.
A single thing
More on edge.
would
Paranoid.
drag me to this forsaken basement. Was he on your list of suspects?
You should talk to Heert about Young. They were close. It's possible. Young was a busybody, always on the fringes.
When did you give him your code cert?
Excuse me?
She didn't know.
Young. My clearances, never. Why would I do that?
I don't have time.
They're positioning her as if she is a rebel spy.
About Galen Erso.
That's a good point. Where did she find out about him?
Several intel bundles were forwarded to my office by mistake. I should have reported it.
You and your fringy friend. Supervisor Young spent 3 hours last night logged into your
That is some great face acting.
loose and rail.
Yeah, everything.
When questioned, he said that he had been recruited by a man with a Fondor Hallcraft full of antiquities.
That's how they got him.
Your team tortured him to death, and that crucial piece of information, rather than being directed my way, was buried.
That's
and
how she
became
got it.
something I had to scavenge
How
for.
terribly perplexing.
We need agents at every transit point we can cover.
We'll do our best to carry on
Oh.
without you.
Yeah, he's no longer the campy, upbeat director. He is a panicked man. So I think there's a shot in the trailer of troopers coming to the safe house. So you would assume they're coming for her. But whether she'll still be there or not is the question. Oh, this is like one of the ones that was on Ferrex that Bix used.
Your play?
Even discounting the volume of Revnal ingested, the chances of you making a bid of that scale are not statistically measurable.
Be careful. He's trying to droid you.
Droid him, please. She has never risked this much.
I love how he's squeezed up, his knees are so high up.
What we're gonna do? Deal with it.
What's the charge? Sedition, murder, or all of the above?
She's diseased. She escaped the hospital with an infectious condition that threatens everyone with whom she may come in contact.
And that keeps people away from her.
Thousands die.
There it is. What are you still doing here?
He's like, go. Yeah, you can see how much pressure Krennic's under now.
Death Star. What a prescient turn of phrase.
You sound like Tarkin.
It's a miracle we've kept it quiet this long.
We're moments away. Days. A few more tests. We're there.
Save the sermon for Palpatine.
I love it. They're just straight shooting.
Am I correct? The reason that you are not messaging back is to avoid being traced. Who are we hiding from?
Yeah, they're worried it could have been caught up by the
I realize
ISB.
This is a question, but is there a question you are willing to answer?
Okay.
Stand down and return immediately.
He just
Aren't
knows.
hearing that, aren't you?
Turn it off.
I've been counting the orders we've disobeyed so far. Would you like to know how many?
God, this is bringing back so many memories. Those two in the cockpit.
80.
Come on!
You can run him down all you want. But the truth is, none of this would be here without Luthen. None
Yeah.
of this.
He's done so much work.
Confine this man to quarters until further notice.
Come on, Draven. You know Cassian's good.
I was in a parade there once. 200 KX units. The Emperor was there.
Oh.
I missed that.
He sounds enamored with the Emperor. I love that again, it's just in an old ammo box. And there it is. He didn't quite get the whole system, unfortunately. That's just a big concrete building. Oh, look at the colour pattern. It's not... It's like a modified Lambda. I think it's like a troop transport version.
I don't like it here.
They've got the... Again, they've got the little bits of body language down. Great. That's how he's going to know there's an issue. K2 is going to have to go and get involved, isn't he?
All clear so far.
It would be you, wouldn't it?
Where's Luthen?
Again, he's going to be the messenger. She's going to pass him the message. And let them escape.
Are you with us?
He's going to throw him off the bridge. Please throw him off the bridge. I love that.
Are we calling for backup?
Thank the galaxy, he didn't.
God, yeah.
He stayed for this. He stayed for what
To
I
get
just
the information.
told you. He stayed to figure this out. And you need to tell these people.
He's such a huge
they are what
hero.
they're up against.
Like, all of his connections just led to that.
You owe him now.
Yeah, just teasing a final confrontation there, but you can tell Claire, I knew Claire wasn't going to go. Like, she is there to be the distraction. You know, she's going to probably blow herself up and take out those guards with him. And, you know, again, I love this tie-in as well to Messenger. Like, we heard earlier in the season with the Force Healer, and, you know, how every aspect of Cassian's importance has been through being a messenger. You know, obviously for Gorman, taking that message of the Massacre onwards. For here, taking on the message of the Death Star. And then eventually on Scarif, helping deliver the plans and the vulnerabilities of the Death Star. You know, his destiny is tied up in delivering a message. And that's, you know, not just a singular thing, and that's great. Again, another shortish episode in comparison, you know, like 30, 35 minutes, which, you know, again, I'm not ready for this show to be over. There's one more episode. I just want more and more, and I don't want it to be short. You know, I can't complain. Obviously, 12 episodes has been perfect for establishing this story. And now that there's only one left, I'm kind of like, oh, God, I don't want it to end now. But we can see now the pieces really starting to fit together. You know, K2 showed up, and I love K2. They've got everything down right about him. And seeing him and Cassian in the cockpit was bringing back so many memories of that Rogue One interaction. You know, just seeing Cassian be a bit of a rule breaker, and just again loving the fact that Claire and Luthen had all eventualities planned out. They had a backup comms in the backup safe house. You know, they planned for everything. And thank goodness they did, because, you know, that's how they've gotten the message out. And, you know, I thought as well with Dedra, they do think that she's a spy. I mean, that's the obvious kind of like accusation they're going to make initially. Even though to a rational mind, it's like, no, look at her. She is in no way, shape or form a spy. She is dedicated to the cause. And so, you know, you look at it, but obviously that's what they're going to default to. And I love Krennic in this as well. That's probably the last time we'll see Krennic. But gone is the kind of flamboyance, you know, laughing over the top kind of Krennic of previous episodes. Now he's in that kind of serious phase where he's like, shit's going down, I'm under pressure, I need results. You know, kind of very much like he is in Rogue One. He's very serious, he's under pressure, he's a bit paranoid, you know, bit of a short fuse, and we saw that here. He got quite physical with Dedra, and there was some brilliant acting in that interrogation scene. You know, some great face acting as well. So, yeah, this is all just turned into a chase, you know, to escape Coruscant, and it's great. So, I'm going to watch the last episode. So, thank you very much for watching, folks. I'll see you for that next episode.